Life does not begin with warmth. In the cold northern seas, it begins with the freeze. Across the North Atlantic, vast icy plains stretch into an unforgiving horizon. Unforgiving, harsh. At first glance, a barren wilderness of ice and mist. But beneath this silent surface, a massive ecological engine is continuously turning. Nutrients rise from the abyss, igniting the growth of microscopic plankton. Millions of microscopic organisms bloom, forming the bedrock of all marine survival. Drawn by this floating feast, small fish gather by the millions. Moving as a single, liquid body, they transform open water into a concentrated lifeline. And where life concentrates, the ocean's greatest hunters inevitably follow. Orcas glide through the darkness, coordinating their movements with surgical precision. A single slap of a tail creates a paralyzing shockwave, turning order into opportunity. Beneath the main surface conflict, Atlantic cod patrol the kelp-lined seafloor. Above, the sky responds. Seabirds lock onto the white water from hundreds of feet in the air. Folding their wings, they strike the surface like kinetic missiles. Pursuing their prey meters below the surface before returning to the air. Along the drifting ice edges, seals remain watchful, constantly evaluating the water below. In these waters, taking a single moment for granted can cost everything. The cold does not restrict marine life. It compresses it, forging an intricate web of survival. Every creature, regardless of size, plays an essential role in this Arctic balance. Fluidity is their main defense, continuously shape-shifting against incoming threats. Massive baleen plates filter tons of water in a matter of seconds. Air and sea collide in a frantic, highly orchestrated feeding frenzy. Energy is harvested efficiently before the brief northern summer vanishes. Working in family units, knowledge is passed down across generations. Rivers feed the sea, bringing fresh minerals and life back into the ocean system. Even the largest animals on Earth depend on these chilly, nutrient-laden currents. Adaptations perfected over millennia allow life to flourish where humans cannot endure. Sunlight returns briefly, powering the cycle once again. Coastal kelp forests act as nurseries, sheltering young fry from pelagic hunters. Down in the extreme cold, life moves at a radically slower pace. Millions of tiny hearts beat in unison, driving the energy flow of the north. Power and beauty combine in an environment defined by pure endurance. Temperature dictates every movement, every migration, every strategy. Agility allows prey species to exploit sanctuary zones inaccessible to larger whales. The northern seas are constantly shifting, driven by massive climatic forces. Benthic ecosystems thrive silently, recycling organic matter dropping from above. Speed is essential when opportunities appear only briefly. Weather patterns govern the sea, stirring nutrients from the ocean floor. Each leviathan carries its own micro-ecosystem across thousands of miles. Agility versus numbers, the endless duel played out in 3 dimensions. 2 distinct worlds locked in an eternal, symbiotic embrace. Ancient, slow-growing corals form deep refuges far below the reach of ice. Photorealistic marine documentary. Humans are mere temporary visitors to this vast, icy wilderness. Focused on the motion of microscopic prey moving in the current. As night descends, the upper ocean prepares for a massive vertical movement of life. Before the chaos of the hunt, there is collective harmony. The great schools. Individually, a single sardine is defenseless, small, soft, and rich in energy. But together, thousands merge into a single, highly responsive living superorganism. Lateral lines along their bodies detect infinitesimal pressure changes in the water. Without a leader, decisions are made in milliseconds across millions of individuals. Sunlight transforms the school into an overwhelming wall of blinding silver light. Moving across vast pelagic distances, these schools process vast amounts of ocean plankton. They are the living engines of the ocean, converting microscopic fuel into dense energy. To an airborne predator, they appear as a dark, swirling storm beneath the waves. From high above, their massive formations sculpt the appearance of the ocean surface. Speed and synchronization create a sensory confusion matrix for incoming hunters. The school parts fluidly around attack vectors, reforming almost instantaneously. Visual illusion keeps individual fish hidden inside the shifting mass. The collective movement generates a physical frequency felt throughout the water column. Sensory networks transmit escape commands faster than nerve impulses in the brain. When danger intensifies, instinct compels the group to contract into an absolute sphere. Pressure from predators forces the school into a fight for the center position. Inside the core, oxygen drops rapidly as thousands of gills filter the same water. The perimeter is where defense fails, where individual safety dissolves completely. In a single moment, the sanctuary becomes a trap for thousands. Disrupted but unbroken, survivors immediately re-establish collective geometry. In the vast open wilderness of the Atlantic, numbers are the only shelter available. From tiny drifting larvae to massive ocean-spanning schools, the cycle never breaks. Constant attacks refine their collective reflexes across evolutionary time. The presence of a bait ball converts miles of calm sea into an active battlefield. Hypnotic, beautiful, and functional, the ultimate expression of marine cooperation. Coastal waters rely on these mega schools to filter tons of organic matter daily. Scales drift downward like underwater snow, returning energy to the dark seafloor below. As light fades, the school strategy shifts from visual synchronization to tactile sense. Darkness breaks the visual cohesion of the mass, forcing fish into smaller units. The greatest wildlife migration on Earth, powered entirely by these silver armies. The sardine run off the coast of South Africa. Precise alignment reduces hydrodynamic drag, allowing the group to save vital energy. Specialty hunters have evolved precise tools specifically to break these formations. Microseconds determine whether the defense holds or crumbles under targeted strikes. Mitigating risk through real-time division, a dynamic tactical response. Optical camouflage renders the edges of individual fish nearly invisible in open water. Kinetic energy unleashed against fluid geometry, power versus coordination. Shadowy figures wait below, taking advantage of the exhaustion of the group. For every school consumed, another generation rises from the planktonic drift. The ocean's energy budget passes directly through these silver filters. Photorealistic marine documentary. Information moves faster through the school than any individual predator can swim. Trapped against natural barriers, the school's options diminish rapidly. A visual testament to the intense encounters that define life in open ocean waters. In moments of peace, the school moves with breathtaking elegance across the deep. Venture alone, and the ocean is lethal. Remain together, and life endures. In the open pelagic realm, ocean hunters operate under relentless energetic pressure. Built for speed, yellowfin tuna are living torpedoes, engineered to crush vast distances. Patient opportunists, pelagic sharks patrol the perimeter, waiting for the mass to fracture. The sailfish unfolds its spectacular sail to create a physical wall, corralling prey. Microstrikes from its bill stun prey without breaking the momentum of the hunt. Dolphins collaborate, releasing walls of rising bubbles to lock prey against the surface. A coordinated, multi-dimensional assault traps the school in a tightening vice. High-level spatial intelligence allows predators to select individual targets in chaotic motion. Unmatched explosive power unleashed in the open blue wilderness. Every detail of their anatomy is refined to minimize drag and maximize velocity. Pelagic hunters gather where oceanic fronts concentrate biomass and energy. The ocean whitetip, built for endless cruising across food-scarce pelagic deserts. Flashing iridescent colors communicate intensity and strategy to hunting partners. Wings adapted for flight double as powerful oars in the dense aquatic medium. Not all open ocean hunters rely on speed. Grace and stealth yield equal rewards. Specialized sensory organs in their expanded heads scan for subtle electrical signals. Strategic herding shifts the odds in favor of the hunters by limiting escape vectors. Extreme aerobic capacity powers continuous high-speed movement across oceans. Razor-sharp teeth and lightning acceleration make the wahoo an elite open ocean hunter. The surface erupts into chaos as energy moves rapidly up the marine food chain. Precision plunge diving requires remarkable visual correction through liquid surfaces. Large temperature-regulated eyes allow swordfish to hunt in dark, freezing depths. Acoustic imaging pierces murky water, rendering camouflage completely useless. Defensive armor provides sanctuary in an environment ruled by razor-sharp teeth. Acrobatics deployed to break through the dense core of airborne and marine targets. Cross-species hunting alliances form spontaneously when vast food sources appear. Engineered by evolution to shear through muscle and bone with minimal energy effort. Fluid dynamics utilized to save energy during relentless ocean-crossing hunts. Humans compete directly with ocean apex predators for shrinking pelagic stocks. The short-fin mako, the undisputed speed king of the open ocean realm. Microscopic skin ridges eliminate turbulence, allowing silent, frictionless motion. Within minutes, the frenzy terminates, leaving quiet blue emptiness behind. High-energy investment requires frequent rest and surfacing for atmospheric oxygen. The thresher shark turns its tail into a lethal scythe, striking with crack of a whip velocity. Hi there! We're introducing a new feature where I can read this aloud in a natural, human-like voice. Deep ocean trenches provide nocturnal hunting grounds for large pelagic specialists. Seamless transition between fluid aquatic dive and immediate atmospheric flight. Structural features in open water serve as physical anchors for pelagic hunters. Emotional state and physiological stress rendered instantly visible through dynamic skin cells. Floating debris forms temporary oases for juvenile life and patrolling ocean hunters. Stealth and power visible even from hundreds of feet above the sea surface. Passing on hunting strategies and ocean navigation paths through close maternal bonds. Pure muscle anchored to rigid tendons delivers constant, untiring propulsion. As light recedes, open ocean hunters retreat to deeper waters, awaiting a new day. In this boundless blue arena, only absolute efficiency guarantees survival. They are the true wanderers of the planet, the ocean giants. Across thousands of miles, leviathans move with quiet, deliberate purpose. Guided by invisible maps written into their DNA over millions of years. From frigid polar feeding grounds to warm tropical nurseries, their journeys span continents. A single tail slap reverberates across miles of open water, signaling presence and power. Suspended in vertical slumber, sperm whales pause their deep diving marathons. Every giant carries an entire ecosystem upon its rugged skin across oceans. Their footprints are written in water, massive footprints left in open ocean expanses. Photorealistic marine the fin whale. Streamlined perfection, moving swiftly through dark pelagic depths. Navigating without landmarks, boundaries, or human-defined paths. Enormous, wing-like fins maneuver these 50-ton giants with surprising grace. Moving in synchronized formations, migrating pods conserve energy on long sea journeys. Their complex songs travel hundreds of miles through specialized deep sound channels. A single breath empties 90% of their colossal lung capacity in a second. Filtering tons of copepods daily, these massive, gentle giants sustain the marine web. Maternal bonds are nurtured over years of continuous guidance and protection. Plunging thousands of feet into absolute darkness to hunt in deep ocean trenches. Migration routes are fraught with danger, from apex predators waiting in ambush. The powerful mother humpback positions herself to defend her calf.
Aggressive orcas move in to attack.
Her roar and scale. Battle scars record legendary deep-sea conflicts fought in total darkness. Launching 40 tons completely clear of the water in an awe-inspiring display. Consuming up to 4 tons of tiny krill daily to build vital energy reserves. Arriving in warm tropical havens where calves can safely grow their thick blubber layers. Rich, fat-laden milk fuels rapid calf growth rate of up to 200 pounds a day. Among the rarest creatures on Earth, navigating modern, busy shipping lanes with difficulty. Invisible highways carved across ocean basins through centuries of instinctual memory. Perfection in biological design, turning microscopic life into massive body weight. Inventive culture. Humpbacks work together to construct complex bubble traps. Cooperative hunting strategies passed down through specific regional whale cultures. Smooth hydrodynamic skin allows 40-knot speeds despite unimaginable scale. Living bowheads can live over 2 centuries, carrying memories of unpolluted oceans. A symphony of exhales echoing across the vast evening ocean canvas. The smaller, swift cousin of leviathans, navigating pelagic highways with agility. Rest comes in quiet moments between thousands of miles of continuous swimming. Photorealistic marine documentary, serene moment of rest. Deep social cohesion keeps pilot whale family units linked throughout life. Communication, play, or territorial marking. The language of leviathans remains mysterious. Decades of maternal care prepare young sperm whales for abyssal hunting life. Brief encounters with air before plunging back into their true aquatic kingdom. Their massive presence enriches oceans, pumping vital nutrients back to surface plankton. Playful curiosity brings these giants into gentle interactions with their world. A breath that connects the marine abyss to the open skies above. Facing the true scale of life on Earth restores human wonder and humility. Tubercle bumps on fin edges inspire modern human aerodynamic engineering designs. The next generation rehearses skills essential for future ocean migrations. As long as oceans remain healthy, these majestic giants will rule the endless sea. In the center of the Atlantic lies an ocean region bounded not by land, but by currents. The Sargasso Sea, a floating golden forest adrift in an ocean desert. Millions of tiny air-filled bladders keep this golden weed suspended near sunlight. A sanctuary where camouflage is perfected, creatures blending seamlessly into floating weed. Every golden frond hosts tiny inhabitants that spend their entire lives without touching land. For newly hatched sea turtles, this floating sanctuary offers life-saving cover from predators, providing both shelter and an abundant food supply during their vulnerable early years. Bound by four powerful ocean currents, this vast swirling eddy remains strangely calm, creating a dynamic canopy of light and shadow in crystal-clear pelagic water. Invertebrates establish permanent colonies on drifting weed, turning plants into floating reefs. American and European eels travel thousands of miles across oceans to spawn in these waters. Behavioral mimicking transforms fish into living fronds, fooling hunting needlefish above. Related to seahorses, pipefish navigate complex floating frond mazes with precision. Ocean gyres continuously concentrate floating life into immense protective rafts. Larger pelagic hunters know these golden oases concentrate valuable prey items. Coloration mirrors the golden weed and deep blue ocean, rendering tiny slugs invisible. Young flying fish find safety beneath the fronds before taking to the air as adults, gliding hundreds of feet across the surface to escape underwater predators pursuing below. Life adapts to every microhabitat provided by this ocean-spanning floating forest. Moving with ocean swells, the golden canopy breathes with the rhythm of the sea. An ecosystem anchored to nothing, existing suspended in three-dimensional open water space. Camouflaged ambush predators wait motionless within fronds for prey to wander too close. Floating habitats act as nurseries for ocean-going fish species essential to ocean health. Sailors historically feared becoming trapped in these calm, weed-choked, windless waters. Reproduction unfolds on drifting islands far away from mainland coasts. A tiny goby fish tends to its nest, returning to the surface briefly before returning to feed in golden weed depths. At night, golden fronds sparkle with tiny bioluminescent organisms reacting to wave movement. Nightfall brings abyssal visitors up to feed around rich floating sargassum habitats. Even gentle ocean giants visit floating weed islands to feed on rich, concentrated life. The golden forest glows like liquid copper in the warm light of dusk. Ocean storms break giant rafts apart, dispersing life across new sea regions. Eventually, currents carry old fronds to land, fertilizing coastal beach ecosystems. Continuous growth ensures the floating forest renews itself constantly in open sea. Floating islands serve as cleaning stations where ocean giants seek parasite removal. Symbiotic relationships flourish in floating refuges far from coastal reefs. A floating galaxy of life, suspended in the endless expanse of the Atlantic Gyre. Perpetuating life on drifting rafts across generations of pelagic wanderers. Sleek surface hunters exploit clear channels between golden weed patches. Liquid gold cradled by the open Atlantic Ocean. Human observers enter a delicate, weightless world adrift in middle of nowhere. Harsh atmospheric contrast highlights the vulnerability and resilience of floating life. Intricate plant architecture offers countless safe hiding spots for tiny juveniles. Night falls over the floating ocean sanctuary, shifting the balance of life once again. Under starry skies, the floating forest continues its endless journey across ocean gyres. Without land or roots, life finds a way to hold on, floating together in harmony. Descending past sunlight, the ocean reveals its most mysterious realm, the deep abyss. Here, sunlight disappears completely. Darkness is absolute, cold, and crushing. Survival in the deep is not about speed. It is about patience, deception, and endurance. Delicate comb jellies pulse with refracting light, drifting weightlessly through deep pressure. Colonial organisms form floating lethal nets of glowing tentacles in pitch-black depths. Specialized giant eyes amplify the faintest sparkles of living bioluminescent light. Massive jaws allow deep-sea predators to swallow prey larger than their own bodies. Using red light invisible to most deep-sea creatures, the dragonfish hunts unseen. The legendary giant squid, titan of abyssal depths, perfectly adapted to extreme pressure. Lined with razor-sharp chitinous teeth, tentacles grab elusive prey in total darkness. Descending 3,000 feet, sperm whales locate squids using powerful sonic pulses. Neither vampire nor true squid, an ancient relict species floating peacefully in oxygen-minimum zones. A continuous rain of organic debris feeds benthic ecosystems thousands of feet below. Stilt-like fins elevate the tripod fish above mud, waiting to detect faint current vibrations. Superheated black smokers spew rich minerals, powering ecosystems independent of sunlight. Chemosynthetic bacteria convert toxic vent chemicals into life-sustaining organic energy. Specialized scavengers thrive in boiling, toxic waters surrounded by freezing deep ocean. Fragile body structures hold together under immense pressure that would crush steel. Navigating abyssal plains with surprising charm and weightless, fluid motions. Proportionally the largest teeth of any fish, ensuring caught prey never escapes in dark. A fallen whale carcass provides a rich food feast, sustaining abyssal life for decades. Ancient hagfish secrete expanding defensive slime, choking attacking deep-sea predators. Rotating tubular eyes look up through its transparent head to detect silhouetted prey, flashing bright bioluminescent alarm signals to attract larger predators to eat its attacker. The vastest habitat on Earth, silent, cold, covering over half of our planet's surface. Recycling organic particles from marine snow, maintaining abyssal seafloor health. Highly sensitive lateral line organs detect faint vibrations of prey hiding under mud. Deploying liquid light clouds as blinding smoke screens in pitch-black ocean depths. Ancient cartilaginous line, unchanged for hundreds of millions of years in deep refuges. Constructed from silica glass, these long-lived structures house tiny symbiotic shrimp. Extremophiles adapted to eternal cold, extreme pressure, and food scarcity. Extreme structural adaptations allow opportunistic feeding in food-scarce ocean depths. Bioluminescence serves as visual speech, trap lure, and defense in dark abyssal waters. Silver mirrored flanks render hatchetfish virtually invisible from side angles. Primitive six-gill sharks retain prehistoric features in cold, deep oceanic refuges. Photophores match dim surface light, erasing their silhouette from predators below. The largest daily migration on Earth, billions of deep-sea animals ascending to feed at night. living nets capturing organic energy drifting down from sunlit upper ocean worlds. Exploration vessels reveal vibrant, fragile, deep-sea coral gardens existing without light. Simple, effective biological design, surviving in Earth's most extreme environment. Ultimate reproductive adaptation. Male fuses permanently to female in vast, empty abyss. Living fireworks illuminating the cold darkness of the deepest Atlantic trenches. Unexplored abyssal trenches hold secrets older than human history. Every spark of light in the dark abyss represents life holding on against all odds. In the eternal night of the deep, life continues quietly, relentlessly, forever. Beauty hides unforgiving power. The Atlantic is one of the most dangerous places on Earth, where atmospheric fury and ocean energy collide in massive engines of destruction. Hurricanes born in warm tropical waters grow into colossal engines of pure chaos. Human explorers and sailors have respected and feared this untamed ocean for millennia. Oxygen and energy churned deep into the ocean column during severe Atlantic storms. Electrical atmospheric energy, unleashing millions of volts into wild ocean waters. Seabirds dive deep beneath surface turmoil, waiting for atmospheric fury to abate. Shaping coastlines over centuries, carving stone through continuous kinetic impact. Storm surges reshape shallow coral reefs, testing the resilience of coastal marine life. Waterspouts draw ocean water into atmospheric vortexes, bridging sea and sky. Apex predators dive deep into calm waters, unaffected by surface weather chaos. Calving icebergs release massive freshwater surges, altering local ocean salinity balance. Every raindrop returns atmospheric water to the vast, continuous ocean loop. Legends and mysteries born from hazardous ocean weather and treacherous currents. Swirling hydraulic forces test the structural limits of every aquatic organism. Marine reptiles navigate rough storm seas with ancient resilience built over millions of years. Defensive contraction protects delicate soft body structures from turbulent water currents. Weather shifts rapidly over open Atlantic, transforming chaos into serene calm in minutes. Submerged caves offer refuge from mechanical wave action pounding surface waters above. Kinetic energy traveling thousands of miles across open ocean basins without losing power. Flexible biological anchoring systems prevent coastal seaweeds from tearing during storms. Masterful aerial acrobats riding turbulent ocean wind currents with absolute ease. Abyssal landslides trigger massive underwater shockwaves traveling ocean-wide. Monuments of human resilience, standing against the eternal pounding of Atlantic waves. Surface floaters ride storm winds, dispersed across thousands of miles of new ocean territory. Dual realities existing simultaneously. Surface violence above, underwater peace below. Surfing storm waves, dolphins transform ocean power into pure play and joyous momentum. Evaporating sea spray leaves pure ocean salt minerals along coastal rock frontiers. Industrial giants engineered to withstand extreme hydrodynamic pressure exerted by Atlantic storms. Bottom sediments rearranged continuously by kinetic energy transferred from storm winds above. Specialized wings cut through gale force winds that would ground most land birds. Armor plating built to withstand tons of direct hydraulic pressure without failing. A new morning brings shifting winds, resetting ocean weather conditions across thousands of miles. Flexible skeletons allow coastal seals to absorb turbulent wave impacts without injury. Ephemeral beauty, formed by organic proteins churned into fine surface sea foam. Foam trails mark historical paths of giant Atlantic tempests moving across open water. Photorealistic marine documentary. Thermal sensors alert pelagic fish to descending storm fronts, driving them to safer depths. Natural coral reefs act as coastal shock absorbers, protecting land from hurricane destruction. Simple physical-mechanical anchors ensure survival against crushing kinetic forces. The ultimate contrast. Absolute serenity returns to the ocean canvas after immense fury. Sunlight restores energy flow, powering phytoplankton blooms after nutrient-stirring storms. Life resumes immediate activity, repairing and rebuilding in the wake of ocean tempests. Survivors of the storm breathe easy in the restored calm of open ocean waters. The Atlantic tests every creature, forgiving no mistakes, rewarding absolute resilience. After thousands of miles across open sea, the Atlantic finally meets immovable land. Dynamic coastal frontiers, where liquid energy transforms solid stone through endless kinetic power. Tide pools form micro-worlds trapped between high and low tides twice every day. Competition for limited shelter is intense along coastal shoreline boundaries. Seals haul out on coastal rocks to rest, raise pups, and warm their bodies under sunlight. Kelp anchor lines prevent otters from drifting into dangerous open ocean currents during rest. Seabirds bridge land and sea, nesting on high cliffs while hunting rich coastal waters below. Tenacious predators of tide pool zones, using hydrostatic suction power to open hard shells. Mangrove roots shelter juvenile marine life, filtering land runoff before reaching ocean reefs. Mangroves serve as predator-safe nurseries for young sharks growing before entering open sea. Ultra-agile coastal crabs dodge incoming crashing waves while grazing on rock algae. Flexible sea anemones bend seamlessly with tidal surges that would crush rigid objects. Driven by powerful instincts, salmon return to the exact freshwater headwaters where they hatched. The stark contrast of ocean meeting desert along the harsh skeleton coast of Africa. Shallow dwellers use organic debris as protective parasols against intense solar radiation. Specialized bill morphology allows birds to exploit tightly anchored tide pool prey items. Temperate kelp forests are among the most productive ecosystems on planet Earth. Masters of camouflage blending into coastal rock formations to ambush passing crabs. High sea stacks offer predator-proof nesting colony sites for millions of oceanic seabirds. Coastal ice edges form dangerous hunting corridors where seals intercept returning penguins. Feeding continuously during high tide before locking shells tight shut when tide recedes. Flatfish rely on total sand camouflage along shallow coastal mudflats to capture prey. Photorealistic marine electroreceptors detect bivalves buried deep beneath shallow coastal sand bottoms. Barrier islands shift continuously, buffering mainlands from Atlantic Ocean wave energy. Returning to exact rock home grooves ensures a tight seal against moisture loss at low tide. Avian hunters adapted to dive deep into coastal kelp mazes in pursuit of fast prey. Transition zone where marine and terrestrial worlds interact continuously day and night. Bright warning coloration signals toxic chemical defenses derived from eaten hydroids. Kinetic ocean forces carve magnificent sea arches and hidden coastal caverns. Photorealistic marine documentary. Surf zone specialists exploiting prey disoriented by crashing coastal wave energy. Claw waving signals territory ownership and attracts mates across exposed tidal mudflats. Apex bird predators striking shallow coastal waters with crushing talon forces. Amphibious adaptations allow specialized gobies to navigate land barriers between tide pools. Guidance beacons marking hazardous coastal shelf edges for ocean navigators. Bottom-dwelling sharks resting peacefully in shaded coastal rock caves during daylight hours. Shallow sand flats host millions of echinoderms, filtering organic debris from sand. Sunlight refracting through ocean spray creates transient halos along wave-washed coastlines. Mass aerial leaping disorients underwater predators hunting along shallow shore edges. Prehensile tails anchor delicate seahorses against tidal currents in shallow seagrass beds. Salt marshes act as ocean sponges, recycling nutrients and protecting coastal coastlines. Advanced neural skin control allows dynamic camouflage changes in fractions of a second. Waxy coatings prevent desiccation when marine algae are exposed to hot sun at low tide. Lunar gravitational pulls drive tidal rhythms that govern all coastal marine activity. Land and sea remain locked in an eternal, transformative dance that will never end. At the pinnacle of Atlantic Ocean food webs sit master apex predators, perfected by evolution. The great white, an iconic master hunter perfected over 400 million years. Ancient, calculating, and highly intelligent, scanning the water column with extreme focus. Launching from deep shadow with explosive acceleration to strike surface prey from below. Besides sharks rule the ocean's undisputed tactical masters. Orcas, the killer whales. Photorealistic marine document led by wise matriarchs, orca pods pass down culture and specialized hunting methods across centuries. Endlessly intelligent, dolphins combine advanced echolocation with deep social cooperation. Rows of serrated teeth rotate forward continuously, ensuring weapons remain razor-sharp. Generating artificial surface waves to wash seals off ice floes, a masterclass in fluid physics. Agility and speed merged with pure joy, surfing wave faces with weightless grace. Pores along their snout detect microvolts of electrical heartbeats emitted by hidden prey. Shadowy figures patrol deep drop-offs surrounding seal colonies, waiting for isolated swimmers. Working in acoustic harmony, orcas herd fish into dense balls before striking with tail slaps. Mammalian breathing requires conscious surfacing, connecting ocean life directly to atmosphere. Flexible jaw suspension unhinges forward, maximizing bite volume and cutting leverage. Intimate familial bonds foster deep social cohesion, lasting throughout 60-year lifespans. Specialized fatty melon organs focus acoustic clicks into precise sonar beams mapping ocean space. Iconic dorsal fins cut through ocean surfaces like black sails, signaling supreme apex dominance. Far from mindless killing machines, great whites display cautious, highly calculated investigation. Counter-shading camouflage renders apex predators invisible from both above and below. Dynamic acrobatics remove skin parasites while communicating status across miles of open ocean. Target-specialized orcapods hunt great white sharks, targeting nutrient-rich shark livers. Blending seamlessly against bright atmospheric skies when viewed by prey from deep below. Dolphins beat tails against shallow mud to create circular mud traps, forcing fish to leap. Photorealistic myrmetry. Flexible cartilaginous skeletons allow sharp turning radii, essential for ambush attacks. Conical teeth grab and hold heavy prey items firmly before tearing or swallowing whole. Exploiting natural wave hydrodynamics for play and energy-efficient transit across coasts. Navigating dense coastal kelp mazes to surprise seals hiding inside golden frond nurseries. Distinctive eye patches disorient prey while assisting pod members in visual tracking during hunts. Riding bow waves generated by vessels, dolphins save energy while exploring human presence. Solitary wanderers patrolling vast territorial coastal domains stretching across ocean basins. Complex vocal dialects identify specific pods and individual signature whistles. Majestic raw power displayed in the world's most remote, cold ocean wildernesses. Endless tooth replacement guarantees weapons remain brand new throughout a 60-year life. The mechanical precision of nature is unparalleled. Engineering perfection. Dolphin flukes inspire high-efficiency human ship propulsion designs. Millions of peaceful human-shark coexistences unfold silently along global coastlines daily. Food sharing reinforces social cohesion and ensures younger pod members receive nutrition. Obligate ram ventilators must swim continuously to force oxygenated water across gill tissues. Iconic symbols of ocean freedom and intelligence jumping through golden evening light. Master guardians of the deep, diving into darkness to maintain total ocean equilibrium. Hydrodynamic stability ridges prevent body roll during high-speed explosive attack turns. Legendary cross-species empathy displayed by wild dolphins assisting humans in distress. Ancient ocean guardians surviving decades of long migrations across changing oceans. 3 generations swimming together, preserving wisdom essential for future ocean survival. Master apex hunters ruling the vast Atlantic through speed, intelligence, and power. This is not random. It is a system driven by currents, by energy, by forces we rarely see. Continuous patterns repeat again and again without us ever noticing. What seems simple begins to reveal immense complexity under closer inspection. Connections endure across seasons, places, and generations. Everything connects. Every movement matters. Every decision has consequences. Energy flows upward from microscopic plankton to giant silverfish schools. connecting pelagic hunters, giant leviathans, and airborne seabirds in a single event. Photorealistic marine documentary. Ocean cycles mirror cosmic rhythms, driven by lunar tides and planetary weather systems. New generations take to pelagic highways, carrying ancient instincts forward into the future. Linking the sunlit surface world directly to dark bathyal ocean trenches thousands of feet below. Thermal ocean currents carry life-sustaining heat and nutrients across entire planetary hemispheres. Atmospheric rain feeds ocean salinities, driving planetary weather loops continuously. Unbroken pelagic corridors where life moves ceaselessly without recognizing human boundaries. Hope endures in tropical nurseries as newborn calves prepare for future ocean marathons. Ancient deep-sea coral gardens filtering abyssal currents silently far below human sight. Where wild land meets boundless sea, creating endless microhabitats for resilient coastal life. Ambassadors of intelligence and joy, reminding humans of shared emotional connections. Surviving hundreds of millions of years, ancient reptiles carry living history in their eyes. The longest migration on Earth, connecting North and South Atlantic poles every single year. The colossal stewards of marine health, maintaining balance across entire ocean basins. Nothing is lost in the ocean. Every particle is recycled back into the continuous web of life. Harmony between human civilization and wild ocean marine life remains our ultimate responsibility. Respecting wild apex masters ensures delicate marine ecosystems remain intact and balanced. Living light shining in abyssal darkness, proving life flourishes in Earth's most extreme realms. Natural coastal shields absorb ocean kinetic energy, nourishing rich lagoon ecosystems behind. Collective intelligence engineered by millions of years of evolutionary pressure and coordination. Adaptability allows marine organisms to pioneer land frontiers across evolutionary timescales. A vast liquid planet covering 7% of Earth's surface, powering all global life. Maternal dedication nurtures fragile coastal life amidst surging ocean wave currents. Delicate wonders hidden in quiet coastal shallow sanctuaries around the Atlantic perimeter. Pure majesty unleashed in an unforgiving environment built on pure strength and culture. Unexplored abyssal frontiers waiting to reveal ancient secrets to future human explorers. A single droplet returning to the vast, connected ocean source from which all life emerged. Day ends over the wild Atlantic, but the continuous engine of ocean life never stops turning. Guardians of the deep, watching over an ocean world far older and grander than human history. Interactive magic, human touch lighting up ancient living light systems in dark ocean waters. Unstoppable kinetic energy moving across planetary ocean basins with eternal, steady power. Silver clouds dancing in ocean light, sustaining the epic predator-prey tapestry below. Human artifacts embraced and transformed into rich artificial marine habitat reefs over time. Lunar gravity pulling ocean tides across the globe, driving the pulse of coastal marine life. Passing through open sea highways with quiet dignity, purpose, and ancient instinct. Returning organic energy to the abyssal seafloor, completing the endless ecological loop. Immersed completely in the wild power, beauty, and untamed spirit of the Atlantic Ocean. The journey continues across generations, seasons, and oceans, an endless story of survival. To explore the Atlantic is to discover the living heartbeat of planet Earth itself. To explore the Atlantic is to discover the living heartbeat of planet Earth itself.